left hand starts with octaves of G sharp. Right hand somewhat doing inversions. So you start off with G sharp and C. Then you're gonna add D sharp, G sharp, C, D sharp. So it looks like this. And you're rolling the notes. You're not just hitting chords, right? You're rolling the notes. Basically, it's still a chord, but you're hitting them individually. So after here, C minor, C, D sharp, G, and then you make it augmented. So the only thing that changes is from the G to the G sharp. Next part, left hand goes to do octaves of C sharp. Right hand right here, C minor augmented, and then A sharp and D sharp. If I taught a chord, I might not repeat it, but we already learned this. Okay. And then your left hand goes back to G sharp. Sorry. Okay. So left hand back on octaves of G sharp. Anyway, when your left hand goes back to G sharp, so the beginning is kind of the same, but rather than going to C minor augmented, you're gonna go to a different chord. So here's the change: D sharp, G, C, D sharp. And you'll see in the video that I brought my left hand over and just did that, and that's because I just kept messing up when I was trying to stretch my hand like this. It's probably supposed to be, you know, finger placed like this, but this feels weird. This feels more, I feel more confident in doing it like this, but I also know that there's some strain there. So you can decide if you want to use your left hand to do it like this, you know, or you can just do it with one hand. Then there's a pause, and then the song begins. So let's learn the left hand. First chord, C sharp, F, G sharp, A sharp. Next one, C, D sharp, G, A sharp, F, D sharp, A sharp. So those are all by themselves. Those are not chords. Next one, C sharp, F, G sharp, C sharp. And I think, you know, depending on how I'm feeling, I might use my finger number 2 to just play an extra note. Like that. So I'll teach you like that for the sake of this, but you don't have to do that. C sharp, F, G sharp, C sharp. And before you go to the next chord, you're going to hit G sharp. And you're going to go here. D sharp, G, A sharp, D sharp. Then you're going to hit A sharp. And then this one, later on in the song, I think I play it as a chord. Right now, you'll play each note individually. G sharp, D sharp, G. Okay, let's learn the right hand. So the notes start before your left hand comes in. So just keep in mind. F, F, G sharp. Okay, so there's 3 chords right after that. Sorry. First one, C sharp, F, A sharp. This one right here, only thing that really changes is your pinky going from A sharp to C. So it'll be C sharp, F, C. Jesus Christ. Next one, D sharp, G, C sharp. So you're coming down, C, A sharp. What am I doing? I just went to the beginning of the song. Yeah. Sorry, totally like spaced out. Okay. I keep spacing out right here. I don't know why. So right here, the lyrics and that piano part are combined into one. Technically, the lyrics end at C, but we turn it into C minor eighth as the chord because that's the piano starts at the same time. So let's say we took out the left hand, right? It would look like this. And that's what's happening in the song. I hope that made sense. If not, ignore it. And now, actually, when you're coming down, you can come down by single notes right here for C and A sharp, or you can just still utilize D sharp and G. So let me show you. So you would only utilize D sharp and G with C. It wouldn't happen for A sharp. So or you can do, okay, so C minor eighth, C minor fifth. I'm gonna break those notes down for you. So it's just right here, C, D sharp, G, C. Then you go to C minor, which is you're just taking away this second C. So C, D sharp, G. And then you're gonna add A sharp. C, D sharp, G, A sharp. Okay. And the next part starts. Okay, so right hand, G sharp, C, D sharp. And we're going to use this chord, F, G sharp, C, D sharp. G sharp, G, A sharp, sorry, F, G, A sharp, F. And we're coming down, D sharp, C sharp, C minor eighth, C, D sharp, G, C. And when your left hand hits that G, your right hand's gonna hit C and D sharp at the same time. Okay. So your left hand goes back to the first part, but we're gonna change some things such as F not being by itself and D sharp and A sharp not being by itself. So it'll go back to this. Okay. See, there's somewhat of a difference there, but then it goes back into what it needs to be. Not really too much to teach, but I'll show you the differences. So left hand. So rather than just hitting F, we're going to do F minor. And then we're going to hit C twice. So starts with F, G sharp, C, C, and then we're going to go to this chord. D sharp, G, A sharp, D sharp. Then it goes back to what we know. Something like that, right? Let me see. So another thing that changes, F minor, C. When you do this chord, the D sharp, G, A sharp, D sharp, after you do that chord, you're gonna hit A sharp. So it'll look like this. So nothing else really changes until you get to here. And it's the same notes. Like normally we started or we stopped here, right? But now we're just twiddling back and forth between D sharp and G. So G sharp, D sharp, G, D sharp, G. Now let's focus on the right hand. It kind of does the same thing that we've done before, just a little bit of a different change. So I'll explain the notes for the change, but you'll be able to see the similarities, so I don't have to go over each specific note. So here's the change. G sharp. G sharp, and then after G sharp, so it's almost like we're hitting all three notes. F, G sharp, A sharp, but we're rolling through, and we're gonna pick up quickly off of G sharp. F will remain held down, A sharp will remain held down. Okay, hope that makes sense. So here we go, the same thing that we've learned before. G sharp, C, D sharp, and then we're gonna go to that F minor 5th or 7th, I don't know. Okay. But I think that might be a little different for the right hand. So let's learn it. G sharp, C, D sharp, then a chord, F, G sharp, C, D sharp. This is G sharp right here, F, yeah, here's where it changes. F, D sharp, G, and A sharp. And when you play G and A sharp, you're playing at the same time as your left hand's chord because it's continuing from that. C, A sharp, G sharp, sorry. This chord right here, G sharp, C, D sharp, G sharp. And then you'll notice from the beginning, right? So this is just for your right hand. And yes, these two are being played at the same time, but that's your left hand. So G sharp, C, and then we got A sharp and D sharp. What's good is your hand is already here from this chord, so you don't really have to move much except your thumb. Okay. So now we go to the bridge. So let's learn the left hand. This is another part that repeats later on, but there will be a slight change. So we go right here to F. Sorry. So left hand, F, C, F, G sharp, D sharp, A sharp, D sharp, A sharp, C sharp, G sharp, C sharp, G sharp, G sharp, D sharp, G sharp, D sharp. So this is technically C minor now. C, G, C, D sharp, F, C, F, G sharp, C sharp, G sharp, C sharp, G sharp, and then octaves of C. So let's play it. C, D sharp, G. So you play G by itself once, and then you're gonna add C. Okay? D sharp, and then a chord G, A sharp, D sharp. You're gonna hit G a second time, so it's gonna look like this. Okay. Then you're gonna go back to the chord, same chord, G, A sharp, D sharp, then D sharp by itself. Then you're gonna go this chord. This is a pretty big chord, based off of how it is right here. You might feel a little strain, so if you feel like you might have some injury, just hit this instead. But anyway, F, G sharp, C sharp, F. Chord, F, G sharp, C sharp, F, D sharp, D sharp, G sharp. And right here is D sharp, G, D sharp. Don't pay attention to the mistakes I'm making. I haven't played this since I uploaded it. Okay. C with your right hand. Next part. right here kind of reminded me of Kingdom Hearts, which is actually, let me see. Right? So like, I just felt like I was doing that, and that's how I was able to find those notes. Okay, C, D sharp. So yeah, C, D sharp, A sharp, G. Okay, and make sure you have your fingers placed like this. It's way easier. Then we're gonna go to C minor augmented, C, D sharp, G sharp. Then we're gonna hit it again. Okay, so C minor. I'm sorry, C minor augmented. We're gonna do it again. Then we're gonna move from G sharp to A sharp. So that's right now this is C, D sharp, A sharp. And then final chord, C, D sharp, G sharp, C. So right here, A sharp, D sharp, A sharp. Right here is G, A sharp, D sharp, G. And I actually right hand finishes this chord, and you can still hit G sharp with your left hand. Next part, here's where your left hand jumps back to the beginning. This tutorial's long as fuck. Okay, yeah, left hand changes. Right? Love that part. About to cry now. Feel my goosebumps coming through. So let's do the left hand. This is before we go to the instrumental chorus part, right? So same chord as the beginning, but for this part right here, right, we're gonna track the notes down, right? Here we go. So right here, C sharp, F, G sharp, A sharp. And then I'm gonna hit G sharp right after. So you're rolling up and then you're coming down. So roll up in C, D sharp, G, A sharp. And you're coming back down, G, D sharp, C. So right here, new chord by the way. A sharp, C sharp, F, G sharp. So right here for this chord, you're gonna hit F when you pick up off of it. And right here, we've done this chord before too. D sharp, G, A sharp, D sharp. Then you're gonna hit A sharp right after. We're gonna go right here. So don't have to go over those notes because we've already learned that. we're gonna go to a whole bunch of chords, which I made that shit a lot more harder than it really needed to be. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do the whole song. I really could have stopped right after that, but I wanted to do the whole song. Okay, so left hand, here's what you should have. Let's work on the right hand. Like, part of me is like, oh, just make this a 2-part tutorial, but like, I don't feel like it, because I know once my ass press stop, I'm done. But I still want to upload something. So we go to F minor 8th. F, G sharp, C, F. And then I use my ring finger, or finger number 4, to hit D sharp, G sharp. Now this chord is G, A sharp, D sharp. So after we hit this, we're gonna jump over here. So I think I do it 2 different ways. You can just do this, or you can do. So we're gonna do. I'm gonna show you both ways. First one is this, which is just C minor, C, D sharp, G, then G sharp, and then we got F, G sharp, C, D sharp. Or you can do this, and I used 3 chords. So C minor augmented, so C, D sharp, G. Then that G goes to G sharp, C, D sharp, G sharp, F, G sharp, C, D sharp. So after this, you're gonna jump instantly back to the lyrics. D sharp, F, G sharp, G sharp, G. And then we do this chord, and then we do right there. So this chord, G sharp, C, D sharp, G sharp. And your hand's already here, so which you've already learned those notes. Okay. Pause, and then the chorus comes out, right? So let's do the left hand. It might take some time to learn, but I don't really think the left hand was that hard. C sharp. So we're gonna C sharp, G sharp, jump up. So you're gonna jump up an octave to G sharp, D sharp. Next one, G sharp, A sharp, G, D sharp. This one right here is my favorite. Sorry. That's actually the second part. Okay, yeah, so we've learned this part. So next part, G sharp, D sharp. We're gonna jump all the way up. A sharp, D sharp. I'm sorry. G, right? Let's start that over. G sharp, D sharp, G, D sharp. Then we hit this beautiful chord, G, A sharp, D sharp, G, and then we're gonna hit D sharp again. And make sure you roll that chord up. Then the next part is gonna be C sharp, G sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, A sharp, D sharp, A sharp. Right here is the fun. G sharp, D sharp, A sharp, G sharp. Back to this chord. G, A sharp, D sharp, G, D sharp. I'm like, this right hand was killing me. God damn. And it wasn't like pain killing me, like tired. I just kept, like, for when I was making the arrangement or recording it, I would get everything perfect right up until then. It's like, how do you mess up on your own arrangement? And that's how you do it. Okay. And then you might also realize these chords are from the beginning. Right? But I've made them eighths in a sense. So that's what I guess made it difficult for me. But once I was realizing, like, you're playing the same thing, you're just making it bigger chords, that made it easier for me. F, F, G sharp. These are octaves, by the way. First chord, A sharp, C sharp, A sharp. Then you're gonna go to C, D sharp, C sharp. Sorry, C, D sharp, C. C sharp, F, C sharp. Come down a half step with your pinky and thumb. Then you're gonna go right here. So yeah, when you come down a half step, your C, F, C. Okay. So after CFC, you're gonna hit A sharp, D sharp, A sharp. And then you're gonna hit C, D sharp, C. G sharp, C, octaves by the way, with your right hand. G sharp, C, D sharp, then it turns to a chord after that first octave. So this chord, D sharp, G sharp, D sharp, G sharp, C, G sharp. Okay, so that part's actually really easy. F, G sharp, F. When I say easy, I'm saying it might not be a part that you mess up on when you're trying to play it. F, G sharp, F, D sharp, G, D sharp, C sharp, F, C sharp, and then CFC. Okay. next part turns into a different variation for your left hand, like how before, you know, we got the regular part of right, but now after that we did right, so it's the same kind of thing getting ready to happen. Okay, so left hand, C sharp, G sharp, C sharp. This chord, D sharp, G, A sharp, D sharp. And this, you know, normally we do this, right? This time we're gonna hit G sharp instead. So G sharp, D sharp, G sharp. Yeah, left hand's this. I mean, your right hand tries to basically start over. Right? Right? Something like that. So the same thing that we've already learned, but you'll stop right here. Here's the change. Okay. So octaves of G, A sharp, C sharp, A sharp, G sharp, C, G sharp twice. So let's learn this. Left hand. Yeah, we've already learned that left hand, right? So let's learn the right hand. Octaves, G sharp, C sharp, D sharp. Second time it turns into a chord, D sharp, G, D sharp. Then we jump down to G sharp octaves. Then we come to chords, F sharp, I'm sorry, F, G sharp, F, D sharp, G, D sharp. After here, the next chord right here is C, D sharp, C, A sharp, C sharp, A sharp, G sharp, C, and G sharp twice. And then, so your right hand jumps down, C, then D sharp. Or C and then C and D sharp. Because your thumb from your left hand is playing the other notes of that chord for you. Next part. Let's do the left hand, because left hand you kind of already learned, but there's some differences. You know, before we were going up to G sharp, but we're just going to go back and forth. F, C, F, C. Then we go back to this. So we've learned that D sharp, A sharp, D sharp, A sharp. But here, it goes back to the other pattern. C sharp, G sharp, C sharp, G sharp, C sharp, G sharp. Okay. Right here is G sharp, D sharp, G sharp, D sharp. Then we got the next part. So right here, let's focus on this. C, G, C, G, F, C, F, D sharp, C sharp, G sharp, C sharp, G sharp, octaves of C. Let's focus on the right hand. Octaves, C, D sharp, G. Now we got chords. G sharp, C, G sharp, G, C, G, D sharp, G, D sharp. Then you hit it again, and you're rolling these chords, and then like it's back and forth in between. So this one right here, you're rolling it, but then right here, you're just playing it as a chord. Okay, roll, together, and then a roll, roll again. Just assume that you're rolling everything from this point. F, G sharp, F. You're back down to here, D sharp, G, D sharp. Octaves of G sharp. Then you're back to here as a chord or rolling chord. D sharp, G, D sharp. Okay, C sharp, D sharp, A sharp, G. Right here, G sharp, C, G sharp. Again, then A sharp octaves. Then this chord right here, C, D sharp, G sharp, C sharp. I'm sorry, C, D sharp, G sharp, C. It's the same thing that we did down here, but now we're just higher octave. After you hit this chords, you do the same thing you did last time. F, you jump all the way down to this F. And then same thing we learned before. Okay, so let's learn left hand. Right here, you're adding an extra note, so it might be a little bit different than what we did before. C sharp, D sharp, F, G sharp, A sharp. And we go back to the other chords we know. C, D sharp, G, A sharp. Just so you know, we're from where we started in the beginning of the song, we're an octave up, okay? And now we're jumping down here. Okay. So we've learned these chords. C sharp, F, G sharp, C sharp, D sharp, G, A sharp, D sharp, and then, okay. So I don't really have to go over those. For the right hand, so you're gonna hit C, D sharp, F, and all these notes are rolling together as if they were being played by one hand that has 8 fingers, right? Or 10 fingers. C, D sharp, F, G, G sharp. And so your hand here is now crossing over each other, but you're gonna play G sharp, C, D sharp. And that leaves you right where you need to be for your thumb to hit G sharp again. G sharp. I'm sorry, G sharp. Right here, there's a chord. F, G sharp, C sharp, D sharp, F, A sharp. Holy fuck. Yeah. Chord, D sharp, F, A sharp. This is G sharp. God damn, this is G sharp. And everything turns back to what we've already learned. Okay? So I'm not gonna go over those notes because then I'm just gonna keep fucking up. Okay? So here's what you should have. This part, you play this part slower, okay? When I say this part slower, I'm talking about from G sharp to G, okay? It's like every time you do from that, you know, it gets slower and slower, and I think you do it a total of 3 times in this song. So don't do it as fast as you did the first time. Okay? And so you repeat this part again, the G sharp and C, and then the A sharp and D sharp. You repeat that. So it looks like this. And you bring a crescendo, okay? So your left hand's really just lingering, okay? It's lingering longer than what we were doing initially, okay? So then it repeats. Okay, so there's nothing for me to teach for the parts that we've learned, but what we have to learn that's new is the end. So we've learned that, but it brings your right hand the chords that we were playing in the very beginning of the song. Okay, G sharp and C, G sharp, C and D sharp, C minor, C, D sharp, G, final chord, D sharp, G, C, D sharp.